Hi Kirby fans, so today we're going to be checking out a Kirby that was stored for over 27 years. So what we'll do is get straight to it. Hi Kirby fans, welcome back to the channel. Again, those new to the channel, if you checked out the other videos and find you're getting value out of this content, then contemplate. Slap that subscribe button, it's absolutely free. Ding that bell for notifications so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. Give us a big thumbs up. And comment down below. I'll reply to the comment, and if you like what you comment, I'll pin it to the video. Don't forget, everything I show in the videos today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get your Kirby products, so make sure you check those out. Also, I've started using Epidemic Sound, so if you like the music, again, if you want to check that out, you can get a 3 months trial from Epidemic Sound from the link in the description below. Right, so this Kirby's been stored for over 27 years. It's fully boxed up. The shampoo system looks new from what I can see. So what we're going to do is unbox it, open it, and see what this gem holds inside and whether it's actually been used. So what we'll do is get straight to it. Right, so let's turn back the time. It's 1995. You've had that Kirby demonstration and the guys dropped your Kirby off because you'd run out of stock the previous night. So it's really exciting. We've got the new Kirby. Now the question with this one is there going to be a nice shiny Kirby in there? Or is it going to be a rust bucket? We don't know. Now, what we'll do is we'll zoom in. I have looked at the turbo tools and I'll show you anyway, so I'll zoom in and show you what we've got, and then we'll do an unboxing and see what condition this is actually in and whether it truly has been used or hasn't been used, and whether it was actually stored for 27 years. So what we'll do is we'll zoom in and have a look at the accessories first that you would get with your G4 back in the day and the condition of them. So what we'll do is we'll get straight to it. Right, so what we've got is a bottle of shampoo, and it's still sealed, so it hasn't been used. We've got the turbo toolkit. Now this was an optional extra that Kirby did, and they still do it. It came with a sander, so your 3 sheets of sandpaper which are there, your scourer, your buffer, your massager. I have got a video on demonstrating how to use one of these and the benefits, so make sure you check that out. And it was actually a G4 one, it was my G4 one that I used. This one's unused. As you can see, there's no use on there whatsoever. Now that's the issue with these turbo tools. People tend to buy them and don't use them. I never used mine for years. I just used a normal sander, and we got it occasionally for a massage, but then you need a big pair of earmuffs to stop it deafening you. So I think it was a bit of a novelty. So we've got the shampoo system. Now the shampoo system looks pretty clean. That looks unused. That looks deteriorated. These deteriorate over time. Yeah, that has been used, but that's all deteriorated. So I've got some spare foam. I will put a link in the description of where to get these foams from. And then we've got a bottle of shampoo. Some used as well. We've got a shampoo system. Yeah, that's new. Some spilt out there by the looks of it. And we've got, still in the bag, carpet fluffer. So apart from a bit of a spillage there, looks like the shampoo might have leaked at some point in time. That hasn't been used. Now a lot of people buy these systems, and back in them days when the G4 was out, and we used to do it with the G3, it was an optional extra. If you wanted to drop the shampoo system, they'd knock money off. Some people would, they'd just say, oh, I won't use the shampoo system, and they'd go without, and then at a later date they'd buy a shampoo system anyway. Other people would have it and then didn't use it. So you have to question it yourself, would you actually use the product? I mean, I swear by the shampoo system, and I think it's a fantastic system, and we used ours. Obviously we don't use as much now because we don't wear shoes in the house, and we've got brand new spanking new carpet, so I only use it really for demonstrating purposes. Right, so we're going to open the box now and have a look inside. Again, I'm promoting the Kirby merch. If you want any merchandise, there are links in the description below for any Kirby merchandise, and it is changing. I'm getting some new designs put up, so make sure you check those out as well. So what we'll do is get this opened and see what's inside. Alright, so let's get the sellotape cut on this and get it unboxed. There we have a packed up G4. Got a hose. Hose is spotless. No dirt, no debris in it whatsoever. We've got a zip brush. Still in the packaging. Got a brand new zip brush. Got our poles. Unused. So this might be like the G6 where it was literally used as well. The G6 was used with just the hose. This might have just been used as an upright. All tools, handle, tape. And I will put all these in and show you the end. We've got the book as well. 3 belts, so that's a good sign. You always get 3 foot belts with them anyway. Duster brush, clean. Shampoo up, clean, reused, nozzle, and then the book. So in the book we've got this seat. Just see the date on that. So this was purchased on the 15th of the 11th 1995. It's from Queensland by the looks of it. I don't know how it ended up in South Australia. And then we've got the extras. So the sander they paid an extra $100 for. The zip brush they paid an extra $100 for. And the poultry shampooer they paid $25 for. And the carpet shampoo at Kirby charged $300 extra for that then. So you can see all that. That's the itinerary. And it's from Queensland. There's a registration document. You'd send off to Kirby, send the one slip off to Kirby to register with Kirby when you bought it. And the original book. And that's got the address. I'm not going to show you the address of the owner. Yeah, Brisbane, Queensland. Right, so let's delve in and see what else we've got. So we've got the bag. The bag still smells new. Still looks new. Yep, oh, slight mark on there. That's from whether it has been used. It might have been used. It's got a slight mark on the bag there. But the bag still smells new. Kirby. So we've got the original packaging. Take the handle out first. That's still got the plastic cover on there that I normally have. No one ever takes them off for some reason. And we've got a surface sticker from South Brisbane. So you can see there, it was serviced in Brisbane. So it was probably the first service it had back in 1995 when they bought it. And it was probably serviced the following year. I'd say it has been used, but to not much extent. So we'll just get this out and I'll zoom on the floor and we'll see what condition it's actually in. And we'll set up the tools. So first up, I notice it's got the same attachment as the G3, and I'm not sure if mine had this. Mine's a 1994, so whether Kirby changed the lead and done away with this, because mine hasn't got that anymore. Mine had just a normal Kirby lead with the little bit that went underneath, until I actually slammed it in the car door and had to replace the lead. So Kirby probably did away with this from the G3 and the G4, probably kept it onto the G4. Yeah, that's pretty clean. So, underneath, reasonably clean. So we'll take the brush roll out and have a look in a minute. So just lift this up. And that is, I'd say, pretty mint. Still got that. Had a few bashes up some skirting boards by the look of it, but not much. The way to tell is, has this still got the grey fan? That will tell us how much use it's had. Now, if this was 1995, Kirby stopped making the grey fan in 1997 when the G5 came out. So we'll see how much use this actually had. And we've still got the original grey fan. That says it all. So we've got the original grey fan in there. I can't see any damage on there. I can see one bit of hair, so they must have had a pet. But that looks pretty clean. We've got a broken bit there, so I might need to get a new one of those. We'll get this set up, be a bit of a time lapse, get it all rigged up together. I might watch the video, but I haven't got a VCR player and it's halfway through, so I can't even rewind it. Yeah, we've got tape, but we can't play it. But that was the instructions that came out with it. I'm not pretty sure whether the G3 came out with the video. I don't think it did. I think it was the G4 that actually had a videotape cassette come with it. If you have a G3 and it came with a VCR tape, let me know down below. But the first time I ever saw this was with my G4. The earlier versions of the G4 had the same design on the case, so my G4 tape has got this design. Obviously Kirby couldn't be bothered and just got a little sticker and a white plain case in the end just to save some money. It was pretty pointless. So yeah, got a G4 tape. So what we'll do is get this set up and it'll be a bit of time lapse, and we'll test and see whether she runs. So this is how your new Kirby G4 would have looked back in 1995 after you set it up. And you'd be really excited to use it, anybody would, after seeing what the demonstration had produced the night before. So it'd be quite an exciting time for anybody back in that day. So we'll get this on an airflow box actually and see what airflow it's pulling out. I'm going to have zoom in and have a look at the brush roller as well. We'll see what use the brush rollers had first, and then we'll get in the airflow box and see what airflow this actually pulls out with that grey fan. Before we jump in and do the airflow test, let's jump in and have a look at this brush roll and see how much use it's actually had. Let's take this off, so let's wind the belt off. And I'll run this with the brush roll off first of all. Right, so we'll zoom in and see what the brush roll looks like. Right, so looking at the brush roll, it's pretty clean. And we're sticking 3 more past. Yep. 3 mil, so there's not much use on there. Let's see what number it's on. So number 1 would be red. So let's just open this. Just been rubbing on something red there by the looks of it. And we're still on the first setting. So there's barely any use on that. That belt still looks new. I don't know what that's been catching on. It's red for some reason. And it looks like it's been caught, something's been caught there that's been rubbing around there. But other than that, it's got the original brush roll. See how clean it is inside. And that is pretty spotless. There's nothing in there. So that has had barely any use. And that fan looks pretty clean. So what we'll do is we'll jump in, do an airflow test, and then we'll come to the conclusion at the end of the video. Right, so we're going to do this with the brush roll off and see what the CFM is, and then we'll see what it is with the brush roll on. So this is with the brush roll off. And that's pushing out 128 CFM. And this is with the brush roll on. And that's pushing out 122.76. Now don't forget, everything I use in the videos and the music, everything is in the links in the description below for the best place to get your Kirby products, so make sure you check those out. And like I said before, there's a free month's trial if you want to go through the link to Epidemic Sound, if you want to try that music out. I've got a massive library on there. I'm not sponsored by Epidemic Sound, but it is a fantastic platform for music for other YouTubers. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that video and I hope you found it really informative. And as you can see, we've picked up a 1995 Kirby, and I'd say maximum use it's had is probably 2 years. It's got a service sticker on there, so it was obviously serviced 12 months later. They obviously didn't like the skirting boards because they bashed the sides of that bumper, but other than that, there's no real marks on it. In the next video is we're going to take it apart and see what use it has really had by taking it apart and seeing how dirty it is inside. And also what I want to check out is whether Kirby made a difference changing that fan from the plastic one to the Lexan fan, whether it actually made a difference on airflow. So we've got the airflow readings. So the airflow readings for this with the standard grey fan, it was 122 CFM, and I'll put that on the screen, with the brush roll running, and 129, just under 129 CFM with the brush roll off. So we'll see whether Kirby's updated fan did make a difference on the G5. Obviously they reduced the power down from the G3 and the early G4s down to 635 watts. I don't know what the reason for that was. Purely saving on electricity, I'm not too sure. But you've seen from the previous video, the Legend 2 works absolutely awesome against the G3. Now with that G4 having a smaller motor, I'm assuming that it's going to pick up less than what the G3 did. We'll find out with the next boxing fight whether that G4 can compete with the Legend 2. But comparing power wise, I'm not sure it will. And comparing to what the G3 picks up against it, I think the Legend 2 might win this one. So if you haven't seen the previous one, I'll put an iCard above to check out the G3 against the Legend 2. And there will be a follow-up with the standard G4. Obviously not my G4, because we know the power with that is a 700 watts, so it's going to be the same as what the G3 was. So we're going to see with the G4 with less power, how that actually fares against the Legend 2. Fingers crossed, it might work. The brush roll might be a fraction different. I don't think it is. I'm pretty sure it's the same brush roll that was in the G3. For those new to the channel, if you find you're getting value out of this content, then contemplate showing support by slapping that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Ding that bell for notifications so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. Give us a big thumbs up and comment down below. I will reply to the comment, and if you like what you comment, I'll pin it to the video. So what we'll do is cut to any bloopers, and I'll catch you in the next one. Slap that box to that mint on that.